Good evening. Welcome to the Voices of an Author with V. Waring. I am so excited to have you all joining us tonight as we are introducing the voice behind books. That's simply what Voices of an Author is all about. So many times we read books and we try to figure out, well, who is this person? What were they dealing with? What were they going through? Because of the tones and the personalities that we pick up when we read the book. Well, today I have a very special treat for each one of you all that are joining us tonight. I have none other than Dr. Monique LaTrice. Yes, you've heard the name before. She is a best-selling author, an international best-selling author. And yes, she is one of the I Am Woman authors and speakers for the upcoming summit. Welcome. Help me welcome her to the Voices of an Author. Hi, Dr. Monique. How are you?
Hi, Miss Bertha. I am great. I'm so happy to be speaking with you this evening.
So, what is going on with you? With that beautiful smile. You always have a beautiful smile. So,
Oh,
tell us
thank
what is
you.
going on with you today.
So I am really excited about the I Am Woman project. That's what I've been working on as of late. As getting ready for the summit and my chapter that just released with our book last week.
Awesome. So, I kind of jumped the gun and started talking about the different events and all of this stuff that you are a part of. Tell the audience something about yourself.
Yes, so I am in higher ed. I work in higher ed administration for an online university. I work with doc students. I am also a doc student. I am a writer. I love to travel. I love to read. And I also call myself the Age Affirmative Ambassador because I like to provide inspiration and encouragement to women to live their best lives, no matter what age they are.
That is awesome. The ageless ambassador. That is a wonderful platform to represent. Now, for those who really don't understand, what an ambassador consists of, because lately we see a lot of people saying that they're the ambassador this, they're the ambassador this. So explain to the audience, what are some of the responsibilities? And we know that from different industry, it will be different criteria that you would need to meet. But with the ageless ambassador, what are your responsibilities of making women know that it's okay for them to be great no matter what age they are?
So I try to provide an example by living my life agelessly. And I can sometimes write some of these things in a blog if asked to. Um, Really, it's just presenting myself and living my life in a way that might make others say, where is she getting this spirit from? Where is she getting this youthfulness from? And what is she doing to make it, look so effortlessly? And I want people to know that they can do this no matter what your age says. It doesn't matter. You can be ageless.
Yes, yes. Now, since we're talking about the ageless and we are women, I want you to give all the women that are going to be watching 5 tips, 5 things that we should strive to do so that we too can feel that youthfulness. We can have that vigor to move because, as my doctor told me, oh, baby, it's just time for a tune up because I'm over 50 now, right? And so these bones, they get to cracking and clacking, and I can't jump up out the bed like I used to without getting lightheaded. So give us 5 little tips that for us is, that are feeling what I might be feeling, or some that are feeling worse. What can help us?
So the main thing is it's in your mind. Don't think about being old. think about aging gracefully. So we know that aging is a part of life. Everyone ages, no matter how young or old you are. Don't dwell on the numbers, just live. Another thing is get out every day and do some type of physical activity, whether it's walking down the block or just going out to get some fresh air. Number three is really simple. Drink water. You have to be hydrated. If you're dehydrated, you're not going to feel your best. And ageless is about feeling great, and you want to feel great. Try to eat well as much as you can. Um, don't really focus on dieting because I feel like diets are limiting. I think you can eat whatever you want in moderation, though. And then just make sure you smile. I have a quote that I keep on my desk that says something like, the best of days is one in which you smiled. And so I make sure I smile about something every day, even if I have to just make myself laugh, because sometimes it is hard, but just try.
Awesome. Those are excellent tips. And those tips that you gave us are not far reaching. We don't have to invest in anything except for ourselves, and we just have to do it. So
That's right.
thank you for such practical, inexpensive, affordable tips to help us stay vigorous and feel young. And I love what you said. Stop thinking about the number. It's a mind thing. That was
Right.
awesome. Now, a lot of people don't realize, and I find it very not peculiar, but peculiar. You actually went to school to become a writer.
Well, at first I didn't. I have a bachelor's degree in English Lit, and I wanted to get a master's degree in English Lit, but I kind of changed trajectory because I was afraid that I wouldn't be good enough to write. So I didn't really come into my own as a writer until a couple of years ago, actually, when I started my doc studies. And that's when I started to realize that I can do this. And with a little practice and time, anybody can do whatever it is that they want to do.
Awesome. Now you just said that was a couple of years ago that you built up the courage to actually write. But when in your life did you discover that I have a voice and I have something to say and I want to say it, and you know what? I'm going to say it.
So I started writing when I was about 12 years old. I wrote a play for my middle school, and that's when I discovered that I loved to write. But over the years, life happens, and I kind of dropped the ball on myself. So I would continue writing throughout the years, but it's just until recently when I've had the courage to share my writing with the world.
So what made you decide I'm ready to share? What made
Uh,
you decide to say, you know what? No longer am I going to just write and keep it to myself. I'm going to write to share to others.
it was me being able to read other stories and seeing that people telling their stories and how their stories helped other people. And I realized that I had some stories that I could also share that might be helpful to others. And the biggest thing for me was getting over the fear of someone saying, "Why is she writing this? This is not important," or not having people want to read my story. But it was me realizing that my story is not for everyone and that it will touch those who it is meant to touch.
That's right. Yes. That is so key what you said. All of us, we have to remember Our story may not be for everyone, but there is somebody out there that's going to be able to resonate with our story. And not only are they going to be able to resonate, they're going to be able to gain those nuggets needed to be freed from a situation that they're in because we open our mouth and we share what we have been through. So I commend you for taking that step. Now, if you yourself was a book and someone was able to open Dr. Monique up and begin to read, what would they find? And what would they learn and gain? What insight would they gain?
I think they would find courage. I think they would, I want to say it's a quiet courage. I'm not the loudest person in the room, but I like to pride myself on being what I call a quiet storm. So I may not say it with the loudest voice, but I have something to say and you will know. I think you will find that you can get over your fears if you just keep working towards what it is you're trying to do. And I think you will find a lot of inspiration.
Okay, awesome. Now, what type of genres do you like to write? You know, we have those who like to write fiction, we have those who like to write thrillers, sci-fi, mysteries. What type of books do you like to write and why?
So I've been focusing more on inspirational writing for the past couple of years that I've been sharing out with the public. But previously, I was writing plays and nonfiction.
Oh, awesome. So tell us about your, tell us about your second play. What was it about? What was the theme? What was the storyline? Yes.
So the second play that I wrote, it's about a woman who's in a relationship that she does not want to be in. So she talks to her partner about an arrangement where they can take some time apart to kind of discover what it is that they want from each other. And she meets three men along the way that will, without giving it away, that will help form her decision about going back to her original partner.
So what made you write that hot and juicy? Because that's a hot and juicy one right there.
It was just kind of playing around at first. It was something I had never done. So I wanted to try it out and see if, where the story would take.
Okay. And so when shall we be able to see this production? Because this is going to be a good one. Because you know what? So many of us women, we're going to find ourselves in that storyline. We may not have spoke to our partner about taking some distance away from each other. Oh, but we done found ourselves going down that journey. Yes, ma'am. So when can we expect to see the, announcements about this play coming out?
Oh, goodness. Well, that is a great question. I'm still working on it. So that is a work in progress. I don't have a release for that yet.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to be sitting on the edge like we were when Taken ended. Like, okay, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? So let me ask you a question. When you write books, because I know you have participated in several different anthologies and you have written your own book. When you write a book, what is your main purpose? What is your why for writing the book? What type of message are you desiring to give to those who are actually reading the book?
Well, my why for writing is mostly to get the things that are inside of me out, because I feel like sometimes we hold a lot inside and it's kind of a release to get it out. And then once I get it out, refining it in a way that it can inspire or encourage whomever is reading it. So I want to make sure I include, along with my story, making it relatable and having a message in there that someone can say, oh, I can relate to this and this really helped me.
Awesome. Now, we want to hear some of your writing from a book that you have penned. Would you like to share some of the writing from your book?
Sure. I will share an excerpt from my chapter in the I Am Woman anthology. My chapter is titled Break Free of Fear and Rise.
Yes.
I've always thought I was comfortable in my skin, but now, as a woman coming into her own, I must admit that wasn't true. A lot of what was holding back was fear, comparison, and self doubt. I allowed fear to prevent me from speaking up for what I wanted, pursuing dreams, and fully living. Fear had a chokehold on me, so much so that I figuratively lost my voice. I shrank into the background and rendered myself invisible. Fear has the power to overtake us if we allow it. Don't let fear be greater than your faith. I'll stop right there.
That is awesome. That is wonderful advice because a lot of people do not move because of fear. They're afraid. And I always ask the question, why are we so fearful? Is it that we're fearful that it's going to work? Because we already know how it is with us not doing it. So if it doesn't work, we already know what that feels like because we're already in the state where we're not doing it. But is it that we're fearing that it will work and we're not going to know the next steps to take? Or what is it? But God knew that we was going to be fearful because he placed written in the Bible 365 times is the phrase, do not fear. Be of good courage. Do not fear. Do not be afraid. Do not fear. 365 times in the Bible. It's 365 days in the year. So he gave us a do not fear statement
Every
for
day.
every day of the year. That is awesome. I am so glad that you overcame your fear when it comes to writing.
And
And
I just want to say that it's something that you have to keep working at. It's not a one and done, like, oh, I'm over my fear and that's it. You have to keep working and keep moving forward. And just remember how far you've come and don't go back.
That's right. Remember how far you've come and don't go back and celebrate yourself along the way. I think sometimes we forget to celebrate ourselves. Each step that we take, that's a celebration because we're not where we used to be. And we definitely don't want to go back
Right.
to where we came from. Yes. Now, if again, you were a book and you know my motto, live a life that outlives you. If 50 years, 70 years from now, someone opened Dr. Monique LaTrice, what words of encouragement would be left on earth for those we may never meet? What would they read to encourage them?
Ooh, I'd say don't let fear block your progress. Remember to always live your best life at no matter what age you are. Live agelessly and do that by being your best self. And if you have something to say, speak up and speak out, no matter what it is. If you want to share your message, make sure you share it. And whomever is supposed to hear it, they will, and they will take from it what they need to.
Awesome. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Now, you were actually featured in the I Am Woman book along with 16 other authors, but you had a standalone piece. You actually wrote a poem that was featured in the book. Can you share the poem?
Um, I can. I don't have it in front of me, so
Okay.
I don't want to move away from the camera, but
Okay. Well, the poem is beautiful for those who have already purchased the I Am Woman book. The first poem, the poem of affirmation, that was penned by Dr. Monique LaTrice. And it is so beautiful and it definitely is affirming to each one of us. Now, we're quickly getting close to the end of this show. So, what lasting words would you like to leave with the audience? How can they contact you? What projects you may be doing or you're considering opening up to people? Let them know how they can contact with Dr. Monique.
yes, so I am freelance writing. I'm open for any freelance writing projects. I am currently working on I Am Woman, working on a keynote speech for the summit.
Yes.
And I am also still writing my play and dabbling around in some fiction. Haven't really completed any full fiction products, but it's coming. And so you can follow me on Facebook at Monique Latrice and Instagram the same, Monique Latrice.
Awesome. Well, I am so excited that you took out the time to be a part of the Voices of an Author with V. Waring. But I'm super excited that you're a part of the It Is Written family and you are a part of the I Am Woman family. I
Yes.
am super excited that you're going to be here in Atlanta at the end of September, taking the stage, speaking into the lives of women, calling them out to be restored, inspired. You're going to stand with them, empower them to be their greatest first version of themselves. If anyone wants to connect with Dr. Monique Latrice, again, connect with her on Facebook. She's looking forward to writing, working with you all, talking with you all. I would like to thank you all again for joining the Voices of an Author with V. Waring. If you would like to be featured on the Voices of an Author with V. Waring, please don't hesitate to contact me at verlisa.waring at the RiseHer Network. Until we see you all again, have a wonderful evening.